everybody and welcome back to another episode of ICYMI. So do you guys know that the upcoming iPad Pro might be running on the new M1 processor which has a long battery life? I'm actually super excited to see the new tablet and what kind of upgrades that Apple will bring to the new iPad Pro. On the other hand, the National Security Council has announced that inter-district travel will be allowed this Friday. So what does it mean? Can you not have your road trips that you've been long waiting for? Well, let's find out. If you're currently using the brand new MacBooks from Apple that runs on the M1 chip, you will know that it has a really good battery life. Now, it seems like a similar chip could be making its way to the upcoming iPad Pro. According to the report, the iPad will still look very similar to the 2020 version, and that's not a bad thing. I really love the square form factor on the iPad and it looks sleek and it is definitely nice to hold. Besides that, the new tablet is also expected to come with a mini LED display, which is a decision that could see the tablet becoming a little thicker, although the trade-off will be for a better display with more contrast. This makes some sense with previous reports suggesting that Apple was already planning for this change back in 2020. Going back to the M1 chip, so based on the video, the purported new processor will be on par with the new M1 Silicon that first debuted on the MacBook series in 2020. You will of course see improved performance, but this will also bring 5G connectivity to the iPad range for the very first time. So what do you guys think about the new M1 chip on the iPad? Let me know your thoughts. We have more good news because the National Security Council has announced that inter-district travel will be permitted throughout Malaysia except Sabah starting this Friday, which is on the 5th of March. But don't get too happy because interstate travels are still not allowed, so that means there is no road trips allowed. In case you have missed it, the government has already lifted restrictions of passengers per vehicle. You may ferry more passengers up to legal seating capacity since 19th of February 2021. The more stringent Movement Control Order 2.0 will end this coming Friday as the government will be placing majority of states and territories under Recovery Movement Control Order and also Conditional Movement Control Order. According to the NSC, the states and territories of Malacca, Pahang, Terengganu, Perlis, Sabah, Putrajaya and Labuan will be placed under RMCO. Meanwhile, KL, Selangor, Pulau Pinang, Johor, Negeri Sembilan, Kedah, Perak and Kelantan are placed under CMCO. Ismail Sabri Yaakob has also clarified that you are free to travel between Kuala Lumpur and also Selangor. However, you will still need permission from the police if you are planning to travel to Putrajaya. For those who take DxOMark scores very seriously, it appears that the new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra is not as good as last year's S20 Ultra. According to DxOMark, the S21 Ultra scored 121 points, which is 5 points behind last year's flagship model. According to DxOMark's breakdown, the S21 Ultra scored 128 points for video, 76 points for zoom and 98 for video. As a comparison, last year's S20 Ultra flagship also shares the same 128 points for video, but it did better with 88 points for zoom and 106 points for video. Apparently, they mentioned that the S21 Ultra's zoom images show unnatural texture rendering and lower levels of detail compared to its predecessor. It added that this is partly due to the lower 10-megapixel sensor for both the telephoto camera. As a comparison, the Galaxy S20 Ultra uses a single 48-megapixel telephoto shooter. So what do you guys think about the DxOMark score? So let me know in the comments below. After announcing the flagship Mi 11 series, Xiaomi will soon introduce its latest mid-range Redmi Note series. The Redmi Note 10 will be officially announced this week, and here's how you can watch the launch. According to Xiaomi, the Redmi Note 10 series launch is happening at 8 PM on Thursday, which is on the 4th of March 2021. You can watch it on the Xiaomi Malaysia Facebook page. We don't have any pricing details yet, but hopefully Xiaomi will provide some indication during the launch event. Ahead of the official launch, Xiaomi's India's Vice President and Managing Director Madhu Kumar has dropped a couple of teasers for the upcoming smartphone. The Redmi Note 10 will feature a high 120Hz refresh rate, which is somewhat similar to the Poco X3 NFC. According to the teaser website, the new device boasts 2 times brightness and it will come with Gorilla Glass, somewhat similar to the Mi 10T series. From what we can see, it looks like a quad camera setup device and the front display has a tiny punch hole at the top. Okay, so before I sign off, we have a new show that's called Soya Chinchaw Live and Raw with Alex and Amin. So it is happening this Friday at 6 PM on Clubhouse and also Facebook. This week, we'll be talking about vaccines, so please join us, and if you have any questions, remember to jot them down and ask them during the live session. And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like our video if you liked it and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and also click on the notification bell icon so you won't miss any of our videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!